Welcome back. Chairman of the SIT on Black Money, Justice M.B. Shah, spoke exclusively to Headlines today, saying that the Special Investigation Team has shared the data on black money with the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI. Here's the full interview.
The issue of black money has hit headlines. We have with us Ms. Justice Shah. Justice Shah, you have been investigating this matter. Now, the biggest question that is coming around is, when are we going to get this money back?
It's difficult for me to say when we are going to get money back, but at least investigation is going on very fast and it would give some result.
The government, sir, the allegations have been, the investigations have been moving at a very snail pace. Is it true, sir? Because only one case out of HSBC and only 2 cases from other lists. Do you think the speed has been very slow, sir?
No, speed is not slow because we are required, the department is required to follow the procedure. Procedure of issuing notice, show cause notice, hearing the person, and thereafter orders can be passed. Even if the order is passed, sometimes the party approach the courts and obtain the stay order. So in that set of circumstances, it is difficult to say the department is not moving fast. Department is moving fast. They are taken action also.
So when can we expect more prosecutions, sir?
More prosecution, I do not know exactly, but it within reasonable time.
Sir, the apprehension says that, there have been an amnesty scheme by the government, that, somehow the government,
Till now, government has not announced any amnesty scheme.
There is no amnesty. So the other thing is that, the government, especially the other departments, the Enforcement Directorate, as well as the CBI, people want them to investigate because it is their domain. People would like to know how the money landed abroad. Has the investigations gone there?
No, it's a wide question. We do not know. The agency which is investigating is a competent authority, and that competent authority can investigate properly. CBI, as the number of cases are there with CBI, that takes time also.
No, that is agreed, sir. But what I wanted to find out, the income tax has been saying, especially the finance ministry, that we cannot share the data with other agencies for the reason because it is for tax purposes only. So how far is it true, sir?
That is on a different context. In a context with regard to the agreement with the foreign country. That is the purpose. Because in an agreement with the foreign countries, it is agreed that the data which is supplied by the other country would be utilized only for the purpose of income tax.
Has the government given you only one list or there are more lists? Because to our knowledge, there are more lists that are with the government, sir.
If you are having any other list, give it to us. We would appreciate it.
So just last question, you will not take too much of your time. To my understanding, SIT also has members from ED and CBI. Have you shared the data with them, sir?
100% we are sharing it.
Thank you, Justice Shah. That was Justice Shah very clearly saying that the investigation is moving at a very, very fast pace. More cases of prosecution will reach at the doors of the court, and certainly the data has been shared with other agencies as well. This is Ashish Maharishi reporting for Headlines today.
Breaking news coming in. Highly placed sources within the SIT charged with probing the black money account holders have told Headlines today that the list does not contain any names of former UPA ministers or Congress leaders. Executive Editor Javed Ansari joins us from the Delhi newsroom for more details on this exclusive news break. Javed, that really had been the question of whether or not the names of any political leaders are in that list and whether or not they will ever come out.
Yes, indeed. If you remember, in the run-up, the whole campaign had been launched, had been built around this, that there are huge amounts of money stashed away by politicians, particularly those belonging to the UPA government. Now, I had occasion to speak to one of the higher-ups in the SIT, and he was categorical. He says no politician, leave alone those from the UPA or from the Congress or from the Congress leadership or any member of the Congress leadership family is involved. There are no bank accounts in their names, and at least in the list of names that have been given, that have been shared with the SIT. So he was absolutely clear. And if indeed that is the case, then this knocks the bottom out of that campaign, of that virulent political campaign that was launched launch to besmirch the political class, especially those from the then ruling party.
And Javed, I believe it was Ram Jethmalani who said that a mountain is perhaps being made out of a molehill. He said that in a very different context, but I believe it still holds when you talk about the estimates of money that has been stashed away, which, as your sources tell you, may not be as large as originally thought.
Not only is the amount of money not as large, but also that of the 600 or 627 names given, almost 50, close to half that number belongs to NRIs, and it's only about 200 which are being investigated. And let's not forget, if you just roll back the pages of those days in the lead up to the 2014 elections, everybody who mattered launched himself, whether it was Anna Hazare, Baba Ramdev, and even Mr. Narendra Modi, who was then the BJP's prime ministerial candidate. He had launched a whole campaign on black money, going to the extent of blaming a particular family. And now perhaps now it's the turn for them to answer these uncomfortable questions and for them to substantiate those allegations that they had made in public domain.
Do you think, Javed, the political storm really that we've seen around this blacklist during the UPA time and around the time that the campaigning was on for the general elections, that the BJP could perhaps, with information like this coming out now, breathe a sigh of relief?
No, I don't know if the BJP will breathe a sigh of relief, but certainly the UPA will breathe a sigh of relief, because they were at the receiving end. The Congress party was at the receiving end of these allegations. Day in and day out it was being hammered home that it was a corrupt government, a corrupt party, and their leaders had stashed away hundreds of crores of rupees of black money in foreign accounts. Now it's for those who made those allegations to substantiate those claims. So if there's anybody who will breathe easy, it's perhaps those people who are at the receiving end. And if there are uncomfortable questions to be answered, perhaps those people who made those allegations need to answer those questions.
All right, Javed, we leave it at that. Thanks very much for getting us all those details there.